Hey, what's going on, Sick? Can you hear me? Good deal, man. I was just kind of hanging loose. I had to wait 24 hours before I could go live, so more YouTube red tape. I don't think, am I stepping on anybody else? Is anybody else doing anything right now? I'm trying to check and see, but it ain't showing me. Hey, Neil. No, you're not late. Come on in, brother. This is just me testing the waters to see how this live thing's going to work. I had to wait 24 hours before I could go live, and kind of weird because I've had this channel now since 2009. So I'm just seeing if I can fit this into my repertoire. Sterling is live. Okay, yeah, I see Sterling's live. I won't stay on here too long. Yeah, I see your premiere. I don't think I'm stepping on anything that Sterling's doing, so we're just going to hang out here for a few minutes just to kind of see how all this works out. I know you got a premiere coming up at 8:30. So did everybody have a good Sunday afternoon? Yeah, I enjoy doing the lives. I have a lot of fun in the premiere chats when we premiere our videos. Of course, it's hard to keep up with what everybody's doing in those videos a lot of times. You get lost in translation. Also, I've got my video tomorrow night, and I've also got another premiere video for Thursday night. And next Monday's video is going to be like 42 minutes and some change long. So touching on a lot of subjects over the next 2 or 3 videos. We woke up this morning here. It was raining in North Georgia this morning. And then, hey, Jim, welcome in. Then it kind of stayed cloudy most of the day. We've had sunshine, though. Hey, Sebastian, welcome in. So I'm assuming this being my first live. Hooligan. Hey, Hooligan. Yeah. We had thunderstorms this morning. I heard thunder about an hour ago, but it must have passed us by. I appreciate you subbing, Sebastian. I'm assuming that with this being my very first ever live, that it will only let people who are subscribed to my channel come into the live. I don't know how any of this works. I just went in yesterday evening and it told me I had to wait 24 hours to do a live because nobody was doing anything yesterday evening. And I thought, well, if there was ever a time to do a live, that might have been the time. But R1 just entered. If you got a good storm story, tell it, Sebastian. But yeah, I've got just a lot of stuff going on, work, family-wise. I just had another situation pop up. It's been there, but it's kind of popped up and brought itself into the foreground in the last couple of days. So I've got some serious decisions that I got to make family-wise, but I'm just having to take my time with it. You know, it's you get caught up in life and things going on, and you got to question yourself all the time. Do you really want to take on the responsibility of trying to handle other people's stuff? And I guess at 47-year-old nearly, I have earned the right to be everybody's go-to. Now, are your fire alarms wired into your house, Sebastian? I rode yesterday, pretty good ride. Shot. Well, man, I'm so at least your house didn't catch on fire and burn down, Sebastian. That's crazy. I rode yesterday. I took a good ride yesterday, and the crazy thing is that I've been so busy with my schedule, with work and just everything going on, that me and R1 hasn't even had time to go out and do one of our long rides. We normally by now we've already hit the tail of the dragon. We've already did the Cherahalla Skyway. I think the only long ride I've took this year has been to Fort Mountain. So I'm definitely falling behind, and now I've almost let spring get completely away from me. So, but that's just kind of how it is with life, I guess. Soccer has ended at work, so now I'm just down to my regular summer work there, but that is still 40 hours a week plus job to just keep everything good and ready to go for when the fall gets here. We got a couple of those around here. They're getting ready to repave a couple of the bridges, and then one of the bridges over on State Route 60, they completely rebuild it. So we don't have any even road surfaces around here. Hey, Keith, welcome in. I guess that's kind of the thing about the Dukes of Hazzard, is they always said that there was always road work going on in Hazzard County. I think it's that way all over the South. So there's always road work going on. But these live things might be something to kick back to in the wintertime months. I had kind of flirted with the idea. Hey, Tony. I kind of flirted with the idea of doing this past winter, but of course I was so busy, I just never got the time to get anything set up and be able to do it, properly. So, and it's, I'm not going to say I'm going to do these all the time, because it's just a boring Sunday evening right now. Is about the only reason I'm actually being able to do this right now. Oh yeah, bridges. Those bridge clips will stick up on you and they'll sneak up on you. We hit a couple of those things. I don't know, it was year before last, going from Murphy into Andrews, North Carolina. They were resurfacing the bridges, and we were going through there one day, and me and R1 both felt like we had our spines ran through the back of our heads. Well, that's me too. Yeah, by the time I get off in the evening times, I just really don't feel like sitting down and doing a live stream. And like I said, I'm more about the premiere chats. I love going to the premiere chats and hanging out with everybody, and you don't miss nothing like that in the premiere chats. With the live, sometimes you can miss something, but with premiere chats, you don't really miss a whole lot. Ooh, yeah, that's those bridges, man. I'll tell you, they'll get you. They'll slip right up on you right out of nowhere. Of course, we got roads. I mentioned it in, I think it's next week's video. I mentioned it that and y'all might have saw this in a couple of Flips videos where he rides down to go to the Cuban sandwich store. The road from Ducktown to Copper Hill is so worn out that it is worn back down to the base road where they originally first built the road and paved it. It hasn't been paved in like 30 years. And that's a main thoroughfare to go from town to town, and there is constantly traffic on it. I think somebody did a count one time. They did a 24-hour count, and I think they said it was something like 48 to 53,000 cars a day run across that road. But yet the state of Tennessee don't want to spend no money on it to fix it. Yeah, I don't know. Like yesterday morning, I got up and I was editing videos, and I edited out tomorrow's video, and it uploaded to YouTube in like 15 minutes. And then the video that is going to be this coming Thursday's video, I actually was trying to upload it last night, and it never would upload. So I had to get up and upload it this morning. Right? 2 seasons, winter and road construction. Yeah. I don't know. It's just there. All this stuff is so finicky. I never dreamed that making YouTube videos would be so finicky. Would be so. Hey Jerry, welcome in. Would be so just very tedious. YouTube is so tedious about everything that you do. I don't really get it, but you say you got that on a video, Hooligan? I bet that shook your camera. Golly, no. And when you bust a tire on one of these roads, they're not going to pay for you to get it fixed. They'll just tell you to slow down and watch where you're going. No, you need to fix your shitty ass road. That's what you need to do. But Tennessee and Georgia are awful for not fixing their roads. I mean, Georgia kept their roads in pretty good shape, or at least they did up here in North Georgia. But now the roads in Fannin County are starting to get just as bad as they are in Tennessee. And I'm just a stone's throw from Tennessee. I'm right here where Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia all converge. Oh yeah. But the roads here, it's just like one state let their roads go, and then the other 2 states decided that it would be okay to let their roads go too. Yeah, I've had a couple of them jars like that, Hooligan, where it feels like I ran my tailbone up into my brain. Dave from Australia, morning, brother. Welcome in. Like I say, we're not going to be here too long, guys, because we're going to leave out here in just a minute and go over to Sick Bastard's channel and watch his premiere video. This is, like I said, this is just my first ever live. It notified me a few minutes ago that the 24 hours that I had to wait before I could post the video were passed and done. So I thought I would just jump on here real quick and do my first live and get it in the books. The moto. So what's going on in Australia, Dave? Coffee? Mountain Dew here. Yeah, Dave's already living in Monday. Yeah, I would like to be able to commit to doing something like that, Sick, but man, my schedule is so friggin' wishy-washy. Like today, I think today is the first time I actually haven't left my house and had to go somewhere in a while. Usually there isn't a day, 7 days a week that I don't have to go somewhere and do something. So I think today's the first time that I've actually not had to physically get up and leave my house. And I ain't gonna lie, I've kind of enjoyed it. I got to catch up. Did any of y'all ever watch that TV series, The Outsiders, about the people up on the mountain? The Outsiders, the mountain people. I actually got caught up on that. Well, not completely caught up, but yeah, I got cats. My daughter's got cats. I think we got like 6 cats. One of them thinks it's my cat. Yeah, you need to check that show out. It's called The Outsiders. They only did it for 2 seasons, and it's got the guy in it, Ryan Hurst, who played Opie on Sons of Anarchy. He's actually in it, and it's called The Outsiders. It's actually a very good show. Uh, I don't know who wrote the story for it, but whoever wrote the story for it, they actually wrote a decent story. But yeah, it's called The Outsiders or something like that. Tubi, no, it ain't Tubi. Hold on a minute, I just lied to you. Is it Tubi? It may be Tubi showing it. Yeah, it's nice out here right now. We got good cloud cover. We had thunder a couple hours ago, but we never got any more rain. And right now, I've got a good steady breeze blowing. It's nice out here right now. Yeah, Tubi. R1 says it's on Tubi, and I've been watching that most of the day. I've got the first season on DVD, but I never went back. They canceled it after the second season. So I'm right now catching up on the second season. And R1 watched the movie today that I'm going to go try to check out. Peanut Butter something, about a young kid with Down syndrome who wants to become a professional wrestler. What's the name of that show, R1? Movie? I know it's on, I think she said it was on Netflix. I appreciate that, Dave. I like those shorts, dude. Yeah, a little less conversation, a lot more action. Yep. That, and then, dude, you can't pick a bad Elvis song. I'm sorry. You just can't pick a bad Elvis song. Peanut Butter Falcon on Netflix. She's laughed all about all a young man with hey, Julie, welcome in. We're just getting this first live stream under our belt. She said it was very fun. An older guy, this young kid with Down syndrome decides he wants to become a professional wrestler. So I'm going to try to watch that at some point. But I just took advantage of the day of just being able to kind of sit and just, you know, my son TJ, y'all seen TJ in his own videos on here riding. He went to work with me for the summer. Yeah, the kid in the movie's 22. Yeah, wants to become a professional wrestler. But TJ, my son, our son, he turned 16 this year, so he's working with me at the park over the summer. And he, the very first day he worked with me last week when we were leaving, he said, "Dad," he said, "I know why you come home tired every evening now." He was all right by the second day, but that first day, he said, "Yeah." He said, "I can see why you come home tired now." You want to make it home tonight, Julie? Of course, I asked that question like I know where you're at. Well, just stay safe out on the road. That's cool, though, that you get to hang out with your big brother for a little while. I was thinking about that bike that Shade Tree showed in his video a little bit earlier, that Honda Fury. I'd have rode that big yellow bastard everywhere. I've actually owned a couple of yellow motorcycles, and I never worried about painting them. I just rode them. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, are you going to paint, they said, are you going to paint the Road King? I said, why would I? You realize how many compliments and how many looks that purple paint job on that Road King gets? I have never had anybody to give me a bad compliment on that Road King's color. I love the color on Jazz. And I've owned probably 5 purple motorcycles. I had a Kawasaki Vulcan that was purple and black. I had another couple of Harleys that were purple. And then I had a Honda that was purple one time, I think. Right. Well, I don't know, Neil. The van life, man. Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with that. But I don't know, Neil. He already talking about he wants to come and do it again next summer. So the work ain't bad, but it is work. I mean, he ran a weed eater his first day. He ran a weed eater for 8 hours. So by the second day, he was all right. But that first day running that weed eater for 8 hours about wore him out. But now I will say this. He got all the work done that I needed him to get done. So me and R1 have tried to, especially with my work ethic. My work ethic is if you show up on time, you're already 30 minutes late. I'm always early going in every morning to work. Like I said, my philosophy is if you show up 30 minutes late, or if you show up on time, you're already 30 minutes late. Yeah, I hear her barking. Get up there and lay down, Happy. Regina's little chihuahua thinks it's a human. Of course, if a cat hisses at it, it'll run plumb up and under her butt trying to get away from it. Yeah, I'm always early. That's, because if I show up on time to work, or if I show up late to work, I feel like I'm running late all day long. And I can't handle that. Yeah, and that's kind of what it is, Dave. It's just, me and a couple of the other guys that work there, we kind of sit down and everybody gets a game plan going on. Like right now, we're in the, today should have finished up the last little soft baseball tournament World Series they had. The next one will be June the 27th of this month, and it'll be a 3-day, it's the softball World Series tournament. So I wish you'd get you a camera put out somewhere, Tony, and get out and show us around Vegas. I've never been to Vegas. I've been through there, but I've never spent no time there at any time at all. But yeah, that's just kind of one of those things. I've always tried to be on time or early. Early is on time for me. I clock in at 6:30 every morning, and I'm usually sitting in the building. We're drinking coffee or whatever, waiting for 6:30 to come so we can clock in. I don't know. We might end up with some storms tonight. The wind's picking up. I like it. Yeah, I've got a black one like this that I wear more, but it's so hot now. Which these are thick hats. It's a KB Ethos headwear. Me and R1 went on a shopping spree for hats here about a year ago, and she ended up getting her a couple of hats, and I got me a couple of hats more like I needed them. I've got hats everywhere. That's kind of the way I feel about it, Dave. That's in my entire work career, I've always gotten letters of recommendations from jobs. I've always tried to make sure I had a good work ethic. Because let's just be honest, your work ethic is the only thing that really follows you around that's good. But every little bad thing you do is going to get written down in a file somewhere, and it's going to follow you wherever you go. So, yeah, Southern people always got a lot of hats. I know, Tony, it's Milkman riding his chopper. Uh, if y'all remember a couple videos ago when we rode the Wolfpen Gap, I was riding with my brother named Fender. He was riding Baby. If y'all remember the black bike in the black Springer in the video, Milkman's got that now. He traded up another bike to Fender for it. I think that was him that just went through. So, but yeah, I don't know, Tony. It's never a good time to do it. I have learned that when it comes to stuff like this, if the mood hits you and everything is right, then you get, you know. When I first got into doing this right here, moto vlogging and doing any kind of vlogging really, uh, I started out just recording videos talking about motorcycle stuff, but I always knew where I wanted it to leapfrog to. I wanted it to leapfrog to pure moto vlogging, which is why most all of my videos are me sitting on my motorcycle moto vlogging. No, he got rid of that Triumph chopper a long time ago. It ruined that chopper, dude. It fried every circuit in that thing. It when it got hit with lightning, the lightning bolt was so hard that it melted the plugs down into the cylinder of the head. And funny story is it was the old school plugs that he was running in at the non-resistors. I think that don't have the rubber insert in it. They just connect to the top of the plug, just resistor plugs. But the lightning strike was so hot that it melted the plug down into the cylinder of the motorcycle. First time I ever saw any crap like that, that freaked me out. And he said, well, that motorcycle was ruined. I said, yeah, you're probably right. The only good thing about it was the tank wasn't full of gas. It had no gas in it. Yeah, it was wild because he called me. I was at home here and he texted me. He said, come to my house. He said, you got to see this. So I pull up and it looked like the Triumph had been in a fire, but it wasn't scorched. It wasn't black. It was just smoke was just slowly coming out of every hole in it. It was just slowly smoking. And the plugs were melted down into the cylinders. And it ruined it. And of course, when that happened, he just kind of lost any motivation for the whole thing. And he just got rid of the whole bike. I told him, I said, I would have hung that thing in a tree somewhere and told the story about why it was hanging in a tree. But that's actually the first vehicle I've ever seen. Yeah, right. Yeah, that'd give you nightmares. But yeah, that's the first time I think I've ever seen lightning actually strike any kind of vehicle and hit it. We was always told to go get in the car because it had rubber wheels and it would keep the lightning from getting you. And dude, that motorcycle. All right, Julie, take care. Yeah, we're not going to be here much longer because Sick's got a premiere coming up at 8:30. Everybody remember to go to Sick Bastard's channel. Here in about 10 minutes, his live will begin. But the only thing I can figure is when he had the Triumph sitting on a kickstand and it leaned way over on the kickstand. So he had a metal plate sitting under the kickstand, and all I can figure is that the metal plate grounded the bike out, and it made a big lightning rod out of it. And the lightning just chased straight to it. Because he said the first crack of thunder, the first lightning bolt, it hit the bike. So it made it a big lightning rod. And I appreciate that, Tony. Yeah, I had to wait 24 hours before I could do this. Oh, you're welcome, Sick. Yeah, we'll be getting over here to your premiere here in just a few minutes. But yeah, I appreciate that, Tony. It's something we've been talking about. I know Moto Bomb has been doing a lot of lives. Of course, Sterling does lives all the time, and Hooligan used to do lives, but now that he's went back to work, I'm just like Hooligan, man. By the time I get home, I don't feel like sitting here and talking. Yeah, the bike rode the lightning. Hey, Dave, if you're not subscribed to Sick Bastard, you can find him in my page or just type in, go through and you'll find Sick Bastard in my stuff. I've tagged him in some videos before. He's just now got the whole camera set up the way he wants it, and now he's starting to do moto vlogging content, kind of like what me and Hooligan do. So go check out Sick. Check out everybody, man. Let's, that's what we talk about our community here, and we've got a core community for every channel. All of our channels has the core community, and we can always count on, though it might not be a big core community, but it's growing. We're all growing. I don't even know what I've got as far as subscribers go now, but we're all growing. We're all growing. Hooligan, you better be careful, brother. We're at the age now to where if we fall out of a chair, we break a hip. Yeah. Oh my God, dude, that would be a hell of a story to have to try to tell somebody. How did you break your hip? I was sitting at the supper table trying to eat. Oh my gosh. Dude, and the sad thing is you get that tired and you have to ride a motorcycle because that's your only means of transportation. God, I couldn't imagine trying to do that, get on a motorcycle and try to ride home. Especially like if it's late at night already after dark. Wow. Yeah, we don't bounce no more. 556 subscribers is what R1 says. So, hey, we've grown. I think the last time I looked at it, it was like 529, 530 subscribers. No, it's 534. The last time I looked at it, it was 534 subscribers. So we're up to 556 now. So cool. We're growing, guys. I like it. I like it a lot. Keith, I got a friend whose mother died the exact same way. They went in and they were just replacing the ball in her hip, and she ended up getting a staph infection, and it killed her. Yeah, that's bad to just die from an infection like that. Yeah, Hooligan. Yeah, I think Flip has got over 500 subs now, don't he? Yeah. Yeah, it's very sad that, and I keep looking at things, as we getting older, people are starting to get sick from things. And it's like, well, 35, 40 years ago, that was a death sentence. Like breast cancer, like what R1 was going through. 35 years ago, that would have been a death sentence. They would have said, all we can do is just pump you full of chemicals and, but now medicine has progressed. Medicine has really progressed. And things that used to be death sentences back then are no longer death sentences now. So, yeah, that commercial ain't funny no more. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. I think we've been here for 35 minutes and 41 seconds. Cool. Yeah, we got like 6 minutes to get to 6 premiere. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close out my live here, guys, and I'm going to go back in, run, use the restroom, everything, and get ready to go to 6 channel. If you haven't checked out Sick Bastard's channel yet, go check him out because he's going live here in just a very few short minutes. But guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Thanks for being a part of the first live. And like I said, I can't guarantee that I'll be doing these all the time, but this has been fun. 11 of y'all are in here now, so that's cool. But I tell you what, guys, until next time, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and hey, thanks for watching.